let's get started. First things first, I've already used my sunscreen. This is the Aminu Milky Mineral Sunscreen. I love this stuff. I talked about this many times on my IG, so I've already used this. Now I'm going to use like a lip mask because right now my lips are kind of really dry. So it needs a little bit of something, especially if I'm going to do a makeup look. I prefer to do like a lip sleeping mask. And this one from Foxtale is banger. I have the Dewy lip mask, I have the Dr. Jart lip mask. I love them both. They both are phenomenal and I would absolutely purchase them. I have Dewy Rhoda lip balms everywhere around my house, so I love it. But this one comes very close. If you find the Dewy to be very expensive, this is a really good alternative. It gives like a nice shine and it juices up your lips. I've been using it day and night. I love it. I'm going to leave the links of this below. I do have a code with Foxtale, so if you ever want to purchase anything Foxtale, you can just use that. Okay, now I'm going to use the Benefit POREfessional primer. I'm just using it because I have it. It is a good primer, but if you again want like something a little bit more inexpensive, the Lakme Blur Perfect, it's still where it's at. I really love this primer because it's like it's a little bit more moisturizing, but it definitely does mattify the pores. I like doing like right here, and then whatever's left over I'll do it on my chin and then on my forehead as well. So that's about it. Just gonna tie my hair. Drives me nuts when I have my hair down. I'm going to use the Hydra Fit color corrector from Simply Nam. If you've not watched the Simply Nam color corrector video, I'm going to leave it below. Please watch it. That's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to dive into color correction. You guys know I prefer to link the color correction video below. I'm pretty sure I have a playlist of color correcting videos. So if you ever want, oh my god, I didn't even blend that primer. So if you ever want to watch that, you obviously can. But right now I'm just going to kind of skip over this step. So this is my color corrected face. You can already see major difference. I love color correction. I will always believe in the power of color correction. So for foundation, I'm going to mix two. This one is from Smashbox. This is the Smashbox Always On foundation in the shade T20W. And then I have the Lakme 9 to 5 Powerplay priming foundation in the shade Neutral Chestnut. I'm going to mix these two. I find that this gives the most natural yet long lasting, like a very nice coverage. I wore this to a wedding last night and it stayed all throughout the day, and it's like a very random combination of foundations, but they both work individually really well as well. I've just taken some on my palette here. I'm just mixing the two with almost like a paintbrush. It's not a paintbrush, it is a makeup brush, but it looks like a paintbrush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna swipe this foundation on. It might look like a lot, but it's really not. It's just a thin layer of foundation. You can even do this with like a spatula thing situation. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm gonna take a sponge. This one is from Type Beauty. Look at how cute it is. It literally looks like a diamond. And I'm just gonna stamp this on. And you can see that just gives you like this beautiful everyday airbrushed sort of look. Both of these foundations are a little bit more on the higher coverage, like especially the Lakme one. That one is like medium to full coverage. So if you want to sort of tame down the coverage or the cakiness of makeup, then you can do this technique, and it does help with how your makeup looks. It just looks like a thin layer, a thin veil of foundation. But because I'm going to be on camera, I'm going to film, it's starting to become gloomy, but I am going to film something else a little bit later. So I want it to last long, I want it to look flawless and look nice. I have never been a sponge girl. I never used to use sponges. I used to hate them, but I really like the shape of this sponge, and I feel like this technique, especially with this sort of foundation where it's more thicker and more you know, full coverage, it does help with how the skin looks. Like you can see, this just looks like my skin but a little bit better. Now I'm going to do blush, and I'm going to use the Sandler Watercolor Liquid Cheek Color. This is a liquid watercolor blush. I actually reviewed this on my IG I think like last week. It's such a beautiful formula, and the way this applies is just stunning. It is a little bit more on the expensive side, so if you want to splurge, then you can splurge. I mean, the formula is just stunning and beautiful. I'm just going to take a few drops on the back of my hand, and I'm not going to take it off of a palette because I feel like the back of my hand works best for this formula. I'm gonna grab a nice angled brush, load up this brush with the color, and just place the blush. Do you see how that blends in like 2 seconds? It doesn't even take 2 seconds. Like, you just have to place it and it blends by itself. I mean, I'm blending this in real time. Like, you can see it's like the most stunning formula ever. So it's like very goof proof. If you're ever the kind of person that has blush blindness, you are worried about patchiness of your blushes, this is just the perfect sort of glowy blush. It's beautiful. I love this. This is like the most stunning thing ever. It stays on for a very long time also. Absolutely stunning product. The shade I used right now is Glamour. Now I actually want to do a little bit of highlight. I almost never do highlight, but I like to do highlight on the days that I'm going to be filming, because again, I want to look glowy and nice and pretty, and I feel like it adds to the whole vibe. I'm going to use the FAE Dew Stick. It's called the Dew Stick, right? In the shade Solar. I'm gonna take a fan brush and just pick it up directly on the brush like so. What this does is it's not picking up a ton of product. It's just gonna deposit a little bit of the product on your cheeks. You can see, like, it's just like a kiss of the highlighter, which is kind of what I want. I don't want to look like a disco ball. That's like my biggest fear. So you're just gonna take a little bit and fan it out. Always remember, the denser the brush, the more sort of, what do you call it, impact or more full coverage it's gonna be. But if it's gonna be like something like this, where, you know, the brush is sort of like there's barely any density here, it just sort of grazes the skin with the product, and that's kind of what you want when you use a highlight. You want it to look like you're glowing from within, and I think this product is best used with this sort of you know, applicator. This is the thing, every time I do my makeup for the camera, it has to be a little bit more pronounced, it has to be more, you know, pigmented. I have to think about how the light is going to pick up on camera. So there's a lot of things that's involved when you're doing your makeup for the camera versus how you would do it in person. Because right now on the mirror, it looks like I have a disco ball situation going on. On camera, it just looks like, oh, perfect, like she's just glowing. Now we're going to do concealer, and for concealer, I'm using the Tipsy Beauty concealers. This is the shade Brandy and Dark Rum. I'm going to use the shade Dark Rum first. It just helps with, again, more color correction, more coverage. If I go in directly with Brandy, sometimes it can look a little bit off. So just to avoid that, I'm using Dark Rum first. It looks dark. It does look dark, but it's gonna balance out, I promise. It's been a very long time since I posted anything on YouTube that's like long form. I think the last vlog I posted was Vietnam, and after that I have vlogged, but I didn't edit anything because it didn't feel organic. It felt like, I don't know, I was just doing my everyday, day-to-day, and it didn't feel organic at all. I was just forcing myself to vlog, which I don't like doing. And again, I've explained this before, so I don't want to keep repeating it, but editing vlogs is just like a big pain, okay? And I have so much respect for anyone who is able to do it all the time. It is a pain to edit vlogs because I am the type of person that needs to make sure about privacy. I want to make sure I don't use, you know, any swear words in case it's gonna get like striked, or, you know, you have to be careful about the music. There's a lot of stuff, whereas this, I feel like there's a little bit of structure. I know what I've spoken in the video, I know where to edit. The editing process is a little bit easier. I'm just used to doing makeup content that when I try to vlog and edit it, it's really difficult for me. I don't think I've figured out a system where I'm able to edit in like a more efficient manner. I think that's the main problem. So I think once I figure that out, I'll be able to, you know, do more vlogs. But again, I'm very torn on the vlogs because the Vietnam vlogs didn't do as well as I thought they would. They didn't get as many views, so I was like very confused as to, you know, why that didn't do well. I thought maybe, you know, you guys really enjoy my everyday life, that you probably did not want to see the travel part of it. that is very possible, and that's okay. But yeah, it kind of demotivated me to not really vlog, to be very honest. That doesn't mean I'll stop. It's just that I need to figure out how to do it more often instead of blaming it on other stuff. Also, this whole month has been, like, the month of October was so stressful for me. Very productive, but very stressful, very hectic. I was doing Diwali dose. In case you guys haven't seen it, I've been posting the Diwali dose videos obviously after Diwali, but you can go watch it. It is there on my shorts. I mean, it was just like a lot of work to bring in creators, talk to creators, handle like operations, trying to figure out the studio, the outfit, the makeup, the song, every part of the video for 5 different creators is a pain. Okay, it is not easy, and I have to say all of the creators were very, very helpful in their own way. Like, yeah, there was a lot of like just internal stress for me because I really wanted to bring my vision to life, and I'm very happy. Like, one of the things I told myself was, I don't care about the views as long as I'm happy with the final result, and I'm happy with all 5 videos. I think all of them have their own charm, and yeah, you guys should go watch it. One of the highlights of my year this year has been working with these creators and just learning their process and just being a part of how they do their stuff. It's been really eye-opening for me, and yeah, also I noticed during this process I also learned a lot of stuff, like how brands don't really want to work with you. Brands in Chennai are just so unresponsive. Unless you have like, I think like 1 million followers, they're not gonna like budge or talk to you, or you need to like already have an established profile, which I feel like I have an established profile, but I don't have the numbers, you know. So I think they see my account and they just don't even bother replying. That did happen quite a bit this time. I didn't talk about this anywhere. I just feel more comfortable talking about it on YouTube. But yeah, like it was really difficult for me to loop in brands because they wouldn't respond or they wouldn't get my vision. And you know, a lot of the brands in Chennai are just so used to like influencers doing a standalone video for them that they cannot understand the vision of doing a collaboration or sourcing the outfit. That's just been my experience so far. At one point I was like, maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I still do feel like that. I feel like maybe I should have, you know, asked certain creators how to reach out to a certain brand or whatever, but I just didn't want to do that. Like, I wanted them to work with me for my merit, and that never happened. So kind of sucks. I'm just being honest with you guys. There were just like 1 or 2 brands that were involved throughout the whole you know, series, and I'm so grateful to them. They just came through last minute. They helped me so much. They're very small businesses, so I'm gonna encourage you guys to go and check them out. We will keep yapping about it, but now I want to like try this. This is the Maybelline Super Stay, what is this? Super Stay Flex Powder Foundation. We are going to try this out, see if any of them work. I have 3 shades with me here. I do try new products whenever I'm filming because that's the best way for me to know if something is going to work or not. Okay, I basically already set my makeup with the Bindt powder. You guys know I love this powder. This is my ride or die. I love it. But we're going to top it off with this. I don't know if this is going to be my shade. It looks kind of, it looks dark. I hate the feeling of powder on my fingers. Is that just me? Okay, I'm gonna grab a powder brush and a little, oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? It just like dusted off so much of powder. Okay, I'm just gonna grab it and, okay. I can't really tell if it's doing anything. It gives coverage for sure, and it definitely has that powder foundation feel, but I'm not gonna judge it immediately. I'm gonna set everything, do everything, and then see. And they actually have very high claims. This is the shade 228, and I think it's a pretty nice shade match. Like, it's not bad. I do want to use it on its own though. I definitely want to use it on its own one day, see if that will work, but for now I think the base is looking fine. Obviously for brows we're gonna do Benefit. I don't know what I'd do without Benefit. But ever since Benefit has been my only brow product. Ta-da! Oh my god, I wanted to try this. This is the Simply Nam new blush tints. Look at this keychain that they gave us with this. I should have used this. I'm so sorry, I forgot. But I wanted to use this on camera. This is the Scarlett Cosmetics Satin Couture eyeshadow palette. This comes with 8 shades, no mirror, cardboard packaging. I recently went to a social ketchup event in Bombay, which was such a highlight in October as well. It was so lovely. I got to meet Ankush, Alfia, you know, so many like lovely creators that I usually don't get to meet, you know, because I'm obviously in Chennai. So it was really nice to be there, and it just reminds you of the possibilities of being a creator when you're in such a big space. It just feels amazing. So yeah, I keep looking at this, but there's no mirror on this. Anyway, I just use the shades Solstice and Ballet all over the lid. I'm just going to keep buffing that in. One of my biggest tips with eyeshadow is to always use a color that's similar to your eye color or your skin color and just buff it all over the lid so that you have a clean base for when you apply the other shades. Now I'm going to go right next to it to this darker brown. This is the shade Damask. I'm just gonna place it and blend like so. I've been doing this for years. This is just my favorite way of building a skeleton for whatever look I'm gonna do. Anyway, I was talking about the event. The event was amazing, and that's where they gave me like a box of Scarlett products as well. My overall opinion is that it's beautiful eyeshadow. I wish the packaging justified the price. This is made in Taiwan. Formula is great. It's not long lasting. That's one thing you need to know. It will crease over time, and yesterday I actually wore this for that wedding. I came back home and my eyeshadow seemed to have sort of cracked. That almost never happens with my Wearified eyeshadow palette, which you guys can see. You can see I have hit pan. I want to say it's half the price of that Scarlett eyeshadow palette, and it's phenomenal. This eyeshadow palette lacks a black eyeshadow. I feel like the packaging is just so mediocre. Maybe the eyeshadows are made with like very special ingredients, but I don't see those call outs in any of the packaging. So I'm just like, what's up with this eyeshadow palette? If you have that kind of money, spend it on a MAC eyeshadow palette. Okay, spend it on something that you are going to keep for a very long time, that will blend no matter what the situation is. This palette will blend under any circumstance. Like I could have the worst concealer on my eyelids and it will still give me pigment. It will still look good. This is the MAC Embedded in Burgundy eyeshadow palette. This is a beautiful palette. I don't know why I'm crapping on this palette. I'm sorry, but I had to say it, okay? Another thing I like about this palette is that you can use a brush for like the metallics and stuff. I'm gonna take the same brush that I used for the browns and just blend that edge to give that soft blend. I cannot resist, so I'm going to do a little bit of glitter, and I have this new brand that I want to introduce you guys to. Oh my god, I've already dirtied it. Most of my makeup is just dirty. I'm really sorry. That's just how it is. Look at this beauty. This is the shade Dune from this brand called Zygos Beauty. I keep saying Zygos, but it's actually Zygos. And then this is the shade Oyster Rose. You're joking me right now. Like, look at this. Like, this is the level of quality I expect from everyone. I cannot stop talking about it. Well, I'm gonna go in with Dune and just place it on the center like so. These are, I think, 1,000 rupees a piece or something like that, but they are so worth it. If you are someone that enjoys glitter, or you're a makeup artist and you really want brides to have like this insane shine, get it. Okay, now I'm gonna use the FAE Kajal. This is the Ideal Kajal. I'm gonna grab a brush and just fan out whatever I applied on the edge. I like doing this rather than a full liquid liner. I can't do with liquid liners these days, so I like this a lot more. I'm gonna take that brush, blend. I'm going to take the dark brown from the Scarlett palette and just run it on my waterline Now I'm going to use the Sommer Beauty Ride the Wave mascara. This is a tubing mascara. It's not the best mascara I've used. It is very nice to layer. It lengthens. It doesn't really give volume. But I like using a product like this, especially if I'm going to film and not really go outside, because I'm going to wash this makeup off, and if I'm going to wash it off, I want to wash it off easily instead of rubbing my eyes. You guys know this mascara is my ride or die right now. Like, if you've been watching my reels, this is the only mascara I've been using. I love it, but this one I like using nowadays because it's a lot easier to remove and it layers nicely. So I wish it gave a little bit more volume as well. I don't know if you guys enjoy these yappy videos, but please let me know how you're liking this video so far. So for lips, I'm gonna do the FAE Lip Whip in the shade Stroke as a lip liner. This has been my go-to lip liner now, so I don't think this is Stroke, actually. I think it's Strap. This is the Rufa Beauty Glazed. I think this is nudie brown or something like that. It's a nude lip gloss. That is beautiful. It's like a lip oil and gloss formula. I love this. It's beautiful. It's like a milky pink gloss that's just stunning. Now I'm going to touch up the blush a little bit more. You can see that the blush is kind of like toned down. I'm going to use the shade, what is this? Cinnabar from Wearified. This is their soft focus blush, and I'm just going to take a little bit. This one is very pigmented, so you have to be very careful. I'm just going to take that and place it right here and intensify the blush more. Do you see how that FAE strobing situation that we did, it still didn't fade away? It's definitely there. It's very subtle, but it does its job, and that's exactly what I want with my makeup. I don't want my makeup to look like, streaks of product everywhere. I want it to all look like it's melting into each other and they all have like something seamless going on. Now I'm going to use the Lakme Bijoual Luminous Setting Spray with cucumber extract. This is really nice if you want like a very dewy finish. I like the mist on here as well, which is a bonus. I'm just going to spray this. Hold your breath when you do this. Don't smell or inhale it. It's not really good for you, to be very honest. Be generous and just layer it on. Don't touch it, just let it dry. This is essentially the finished makeup look. Like, this is the sort of makeup I would do on the daily, but I have switched up a couple of products. I also want to acknowledge something very important which I haven't talked about throughout this entire video, which is we hit 10,000 subscribers, and I'm just so grateful to you guys for your support in the last couple of months. I gave up on my dream to become a YouTuber, okay? And I just never thought it was possible. I just never thought I could even get like 5,000 subs, because I've been on YouTube for a very long time. Actually, I've been on YouTube longer than I have been on IG. To see that kind of number come to life is just insane. I do everything from scripting, editing, finalizing concepts, doing brand collabs, almost all of it. I do like 90% of it. I do it by myself. Yeah, just thank you so much for being super supportive, and I hope you guys enjoyed this really yappy video. I love talking, and I love talking to the camera. I love like chatting and just being in touch with you guys. It just feels very nice. It feels like I'm talking to a friend, like FaceTiming a friend. Like, that's kind of the idea that I have whenever I do these get ready with me videos. That's kind of what's in my mind. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.